In this video, I'm going to show you my 2 favorite hip stretches so you can get your hips more mobile. Stay tuned. So here are 2 of my favorite hip stretches. The first one, we will start with the hip flexor stretch, working the muscles on the front side of the hip. And to get set up, I'm going to show you from the side. 1 knee on the ground, 1 leg out in front. This is called the half kneeling position. I'm going to tuck my shirt in here so you can see my low back. And what I want you to concentrate on is losing the low back arch. So a lot of the time when I see people stretching their hip flexors, I'll see this big low back arch. They shift forward, and not necessarily a bad thing, but you won't get as an effective stretch on your hip. What we want to concentrate on here is squeezing the butt, which will bring your hip and tuck it under. Squeeze the butt. Look at that. Low back loses the arch, and then we get a nice good stretch on our hip flexors because our hip is extended. And then from here, squeeze the butt and shift forward. You will feel a lot more of an intense stretch right in the front of the leg. Did you? You should have. So tuck that butt under and then shift forward. Great hip flexor stretch right there. If you want to take it a little bit further, get back into that position, tuck. Oh yeah. Arms come overhead, lean slightly back and away. And then we get a nice big stretch, a little bit more of an intense stretch. So that's a little bit more of an advanced version, but let's get this one down first, see if you feel that, and then we can go to that second part. So that is the hip flexor stretch, one of my favorites. And now let's go into the hip, what was I gonna say? Hip rotator stretch. Whew, it's a long day. So I'm gonna move the camera just a little bit and we'll hit the 90-90 hip stretch. And this is my second favorite hip stretch. Instead of working the hip flexors, we're gonna work a little bit more of the hip rotators. 90-90 position. Front leg is 90 degrees. Back leg is 90 degrees, hence 90-90. And then in this position, we're getting a stretch on these hip external rotators, so that front hip. And this back leg, we're working on those hip internal rotators. If I had to guess, this side is probably gonna be a little bit tighter for most people. All right, so let's get started. I want you to think nice and tall with the upper body. Chest out, and then from this position, square your upper body to the shin. So your shin and your upper body should be parallel with each other, lined up together. And then from here, you will hinge over, don't hunch over, chest out, and lean forward. We will get a nice stretch on the hip external rotators, the hip in the front. We'll hold this for a little bit, and then we'll rotate our upper body, again, nice and tall with the upper body, towards this back leg, which is going to be stretching our hip internal rotators. If this is too difficult for you, and a lot of people will struggle to keep their upper body upright and turning towards this back leg, you can always use your hands, put it behind you to support yourself. Makes it a lot easier, but I still get a great stretch. So if you struggle or you're a little bit more immobile, then hands behind for support will be great. If you're feeling pretty good, you're feeling frisky, arms in front. So those are 2 of my favorite hip stretches. If you like this video, what I want you to do is comment below, let me know how these stretches went for you, like the video, subscribe. I'll see you guys later.